Alright, let's play Friday. Friday is a solo game, and the components in the box is this big and this thick. The components are a deck of cards, which I've dismantled at the moment to show you how to set up the game, and a series of tokens which represents your life points, some kind of cards mats, and again, part of the cards is the last the boss enemies, which are pirates that we will confront at the end of the game if you reach the end. The game itself is pretty straightforward, so I'm gonna explain the rules as we go, but it's mostly a deck building game. So to set it up, I'm gonna set up the full-blown version, which is how it's meant to be played, I believe, which is level 4. If you look at the rule book, is represented by level 4, which means I start with 18. Oh, the lighting is a bit playing up tonight. It's 18 life points and only 2 in the reserve. There are other 2 extra which I put in the box. And also we're gonna use the very stupid card. It's called very stupid card, which is an aging card, which I'm gonna see in a second, because in the other 2 or 3 levels, or maybe level 3, you don't use it. And to make it slightly more difficult, we're gonna use this as well. So this is our starting deck, and as usual in any deck building game, you start with pretty poor abilities and strength and whatever else. So let's give this one a shuffle for now. There you go, and we place it on this mat here. Then we've got the aging cards. So every time we deplete the drawing deck for us, we will need to introduce an aging card in our deck when we reshuffle the discard pile. And there are some different cards for aging. There are 3 that are really bad, and they've got a white icon at the bottom. You've got -5, -4, well, 0, but -2 life, for example, this one. So these 3, you need to shuffle them, and I'll put them at the bottom of the aging deck. Then I got the other aging cards, which are kind of a little bit more forgiving. Still, they usually hit you hard, so let's shuffle those as well. And I'll also shuffle in the very stupid card. Let's see. Whoops, that's shuffling. And what we do next is we pick a card and we'll put it on our draw pile, put them on top, and now we reshuffle this one with one of the aging cards. Put them here. Next, we're gonna pick 2 pirates, which are the 2 pirates we're gonna confront if we manage to survive our adventure. And the theme, of course, I believe you've noticed, is Robinson Crusoe. So we are stranded on an island. We need to be able to survive, but also some pirates come at the end and we need to be able to fight them. So let's pick 2, let's pick that and that. I'll put the rest back in the box. Okay, So I put the 2 pirates up here. Actually, let's read what they do, because that could change the strategy during your game. So we're gonna see all the details of the cards as we play, but just to start with the pirates, there's a number 9 at the top left corner here. That means that you can draw for free 9 cards to try and defeat them. Any cards more than 9, you will need to pay 1 life to be able to draw the card. And this one says only half of the face-up fighting cards count. Face-up aging cards must be part of this. Okay. So this one kind of halves your power, or whatever cards you played, you just consider half of them. Alright. And so maybe it's better if I aim for powerful cards if I want to be able to fight these pirates. And their hit points is 22, so you need to have enough cards to be able to hit them kind of 22 times. The other one is again is a 10 here, so I can draw 10 cards for free. 52 points and hit points, and each face-up fighting card counts +1 fighting point. Okay. So this one gives me a +1 fighting point for each face-up fighting card. Okay, so fine. Let's see. I don't even know if we're gonna be able to reach to meet the pirates. And the last deck is the encounters deck, or the challenges deck. I don't remember the terminology they use. Anyway, it's what you need to go through and then fight to be able to gain more cards. And you can see that the cards in this deck, I've got 2 sides. There's the encounter side, or the adventure side, and then if you acquire this card, you turn it around, and that is your new card that is going to be in your deck to use, and it usually gives you extra things. For example, this one has got a fighting power of 1, it's called Realization, and it's got a special ability, which is I can destroy a card, and we'll see during gameplay what that means. So I'll give this a shuffle. Right, I shuffled the encounter deck, and I got the 2 pirates, which I will need to defeat at the end. I've got my aging cards ready. I've got my deck ready. So the deck, as I said, starts with really weak cards, and actually some of them are -1 and -2. Plus there is already an aging card in there, which is gonna is not gonna help me. You can get rid of cards, and it's usually what you do in deck building games. You get rid of the weakest cards to gain more powerful cards, depending on your strategy, of course. As I said, we start with 18 life points. Let's see where we get to. So when you play this game, you can decide to do a little bit of role playing if you want to. Imagine yourself on a desert island, and you start exploring, and stuff happens. So how do you simulate stuff happening? You draw 2 cards from the encounter deck, not 3, 2. And what you do, you will turn them over, you see what the encounters are, and then you can make a decision on which of the 2 you want to encounter. The decision is based on whatever ability they will give you if you defeat them, and whatever strength they will give you as well if you defeat them. But also if you got a chance to defeat them or not. Because remember that you start with a really weak deck. You need to kind of build up strength as you go. So in this case we got Okay, there are some, there's a rack where I believe it was our boat, our ship, with the raft to the rack. So you got a raft and you want to go there and find stuff. And what you find some equipment. Equipment, it doesn't give you any kind of a fighting power, but it's got a special ability that if you use, you can draw 2 extra cards from your deck. All right. And the other one is you decide to explore the island. And by exploring the island, if you can explore the island, you find food. It will give you 1 fighting point, plus the special ability is you can gain 1 extra life. Okay. Now, how do we win against these encounters? Well, you see that each card has got 3 numbers here. It's a green, a yellow, and a red number. To start with, you start with green, so the one that you consider is green. So to win this card, you need 0 fighting points. So it's like you don't need to have any fighting power to be able to win this card. But remember that in your deck there are cards with -1 and -2, so you can go below 0. Plus there's a number on the right, on the left here, which is similar, or the same function of the one on the pirates. That one tells you how many cards you can draw from your deck for free. Any extra card, so this one says 1, so 1 card for free. And if I manage to have a 0 or a 1 or more than 0, I will win this card. If it's a -1, I will not be able to defeat it. And if I want to draw more cards, I will need to pay 1 life per card, per extra card that I want to draw. That sometimes happens because you really want the card that you are fighting against, because there's a massive benefit in the power that you will gain, that you can sacrifice some of the life to get that card to be in your deck. So in this case, I don't know, I think I'll try with... Should I try with exploring the island? It will give me 1 + 1 life, and I can draw 2 cards in this case. Right, let's try with this one. I'll try and explore the island. So what you do, the one that you choose, you put it in the middle, and the other one, you just discard it. So let's put it down here. And now, the card tells you that you can draw up to 2 cards. You can decide to stop at 1 if you want to. It tells you 2 here. If I draw 1 and I've already got a 1, which will mean that I defeat the card, I can stop there, I can stop drawing cards. Well, let's do 1 first. Okay. 0 here, so I won't be able to win the card with just this. I still can draw another card for free. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, there we go. I'm another weak, another 0 then. So that's it. I'm not gonna defeat this encounter with the 3 cards that I can draw, but if I want to try and defeat it with 1, I can spend 1 life now to draw an extra card. But I don't want to do that yet. So I'm going to not defeat the encounter, and but that means that I need to still spend a life, because it's the difference between, I need to do the difference between this number here, which is what I need to achieve to gain the card, and whatever card I play, whatever fighting power I got. In this case it's gonna be, so if I add them up, is 0, 1 take away 0 is 1. I lose 1 life point. By doing that, I can get rid of one of those 2 cards. You can see on top of these cards there's a little life point symbol there, which means if I can get rid of one of those 2 cards, I discard them and they are out of my deck, so I'm not gonna draw them again in the next few rounds. So I'll discard one of them, they are the same, I'll discard one of them. And then, sorry, I'm gonna move the life point in front of me. And I discard, and sorry, this one goes into my discard pile. And the encounter that we didn't defeat goes into the encounter discard. And that's 1 turn done. Already lost a life and 1 card of my deck. Next turn, again, pick 2 cards and do the same. So let's see the encounters. Again, I could go to the rack and get some strategy. Obviously, in teams you can get strategy. No fighting power, but I can exchange 2 cards. I need to look up what that actually means again. I don't remember. And the other one is I can further explore the island, and this one gives me fighting power 2, and also the ability to add an extra card for free when I'm fighting things. But I don't need no fighting power to defeat this card, but I can only draw 1 card, or 2, and I can draw 3 cards. Well, I think I'm gonna go with the 2 so that I can draw 3 cards, because I still want to get rid of most of the weak cards in my deck. So I believe you start with the actually, let me check. It tells you in the rule book, it tells you what you start with. So Robinson cards, you got only 1 card with fighting power of 2, 3 cards with fighting power of 1, 8 cards with fighting power of 0, 5 cards with -1, and 1 card which is fighting power 0, but it's got a special ability to give you 2 lives. Alright, so I'm either gonna be super lucky and gain this card, or lose some more life points, but also get rid of some weak cards in my deck. Let's go. So 3. Let's start with 1. Oh, okay, this is a 1. I still cannot defeat it because it's a green 2 here, so I need another 1 or a 2 to be able to defeat this card. And I still got 2 free cards to draw. Second one, 0. So I can decide to stop here, lose 1 life because I don't go up to the value here. So it's gonna be 2, take away 1, so I lose 1 life, but I can get rid of this weak card. And I think is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna lose a life. This one goes away. And this one goes in my discard pile, and this one goes into the encounters discard pile. Fine, next round. Let's speed it up a bit. 2 and 3, they're nice. This one's got power 4. Yeah. No, I'll go with this, which gives me 1 life if I can get it. So I'll go 3 up to 3. So 1, yes, genius, tells you on the card as well, genius. So in this case I stop here because I managed to match the power of the card with my fighting power, so 2 and 2, which means I now gain this card, and I'll put it in my discard pile. Cool, next round. Exploring the island, or again going back to the rack and see if I can find something useful. What do they give me? +2 cards but no fighting power, and I can destroy 1 card. this one's got also fighting power of 1. But now I've already used, so the 2 that I had in my basic deck is gone, and one of the 1s is gone, so it's more likely that I go a 0 or a -1 or an aging card. I think there are 2 1s left in there. I think I go for this one because it gives me 2 cards, and it's when I draw a -3 now, isn't it? So I can draw 1 card for free. Oh, I should have gone for the other one. Annoying. Anyway, I gained the card because I got more fighting power than the card requires. Perfect. So I'll put them in my discard pile. Next round. Other weapons, and you can find some more strategy. Again, it's unlikely I get another one to get a weapon. If I do this, I can maybe get rid of cards actually. Yeah, let's use this one to get rid of card, and this one gives me 2 exchange, which I do not remember what that does. Let me check on the manual. Again, the rules book is pretty well done. It's pretty clear. Didn't have any kind of issues with it. And there's a list of all the special abilities towards the end of the rule book. So this one is 2 times exchange. You can exchange up to 2 of the other face-up cards following the same rules as above. Okay, so I need to read the rule above first. You place 1 of the other face-up fighting cards on the Robinson discard pile. You can choose 1 card you already used for the special ability and draw a new card as a replacement. Okay. Place it on the same spot as the discarded card. If the new card has a special ability, you can use it now or later during the fight. Okay, so it means that I can, if I play cards for free here, but also not for free, if I play cards at any point in time, I can exchange 2 of them by discarding 1 and pick a new one from my deck, and then you can do it twice, and then you can use the ability on the new card that you've drawn. So okay, let's try, let's see. I don't think I'm gonna get it anyway, so for free, there you go. I am distracted and I lose, and yeah, I don't match that because it's -1 now. That's fine, I lose a life, but I get rid of the distracted from my deck. Next. Oh, there are cannibals. You find some cannibals, and if you defeat them, you can get a weapon and 4. This is quite powerful, and I need to get it as soon as possible because look, when on the red you need 14 points to defeat this card. At the moment we are on green, then we're gonna move on yellow and red. Okay, and the other one? Explore the island. Okay, this one is repeat, so I can use, I can double the strength of another card. Cool, let's go for, well, this is a 5 against a 2, I'll go for a 2. Let's see what happens. So I got 3 cards for free, so 1 and 2. gonna stop here, so I can get rid of both of them. So I lose 2 lives, and I get rid of the 2 cards here. And this one goes into the discard pile. Next round. Explore the island and wild animals. This is a 1 or a 4. But here I can draw 4 cards. That's the risk that I'm gonna go with the easy ones. So 1, and I can draw 2, so let's draw 2, there we go. Distracted, -1. So now I will lose 2 lives, because 1 minus 1 is 2. I'm gonna go for another one. And 0, perfect. So I'm gonna lose 2 lives. And yeah, and I get rid of both of them. Let me check if I discarded the one with the... No, I didn't. There is a 0 with plus 2 lives, or plus 1, and I thought I discarded it, but I didn't. So didn't manage to get this one. Next. Explore the island and cannibals again, and this is another 4. No, I'm not gonna risk it. I need to be a little bit more confident in my deck before I do that. So 2 for free. There you go. Distracted, so already lose 2. And let's try again. 0, perfect. Well, not perfect, but at least I can get rid of bad cards. So I'll lose 2 lives, but I get rid of the cards, and that. Next. +1, so this is 0 and this is 1. I'm gonna go with the 0 one, because the aging card has not come out yet. So 1 card 0. I could actually gain this one, but I also want to get rid of those. But I don't want to spend extra lives to draw other cards, so I'll stick with it. I'll keep this one then, because I won this one, 0 and 0. And the destroy, it lets you destroy a card that you played without losing a life. Okay, next. This is copy and vision, sort 3 cards. So copy lets you take the same special ability as another card that you played, and sort 3 cards, I believe it lets you look at the first 3 cards on your deck and sort them in the order you want. What should I do? I'll still go with the low fighting power one. So 1 card, -1, perfect. I lose 1 life, but I get rid of this card. And then let's do another 2, 1 and 2. You can get so this gives you food plus one life, and deception 1 time below the pile. What does 1 time below the pile do? I think you put something at the bottom of your deck, it sounds like. Destroy 1 time below the stack. You place one of the other face-up fighting cards back face down at the bottom of the Robinson stack. If you choose one of the 3 cards from the left side of the hazard card, you can draw an exchange card. If the Robinson stack is empty, shuffle the Robinson discard pile before you place the card at the bottom of the new Robinson stack. Okay. Yeah, hazard cards, but I cannot pronounce it properly, so I'm gonna say them call them encounters. Alright, but I think, so this one is 1, I think I'm gonna still go with the 0 one. Let's see, 1 card. -1, alright, lose a life, get rid of a card, lose the encounter. And next, I got, I could gain 3 fighting power, and this is destroy. I already got a destroy one, but this one has got also fighting power, which is good. But I don't think I'm gonna match the 4 with the cards that I got left, so this is a no-no. I think I'm gonna go for this one, which even though it doesn't give you any fighting power, it's got a really cool special ability, which means if you use this one in the subsequent phases, so the yellow and the red, you can go 1 phase back. So if this one comes out and you want to use the ability, instead of looking at the yellow if you are on yellow, or red if you are on red, you go 1 phase back. So if you are on yellow, you look at the green. If you are on red, you look at the yellow, which is easier to defeat. So let's try and do this one. Let's 1 card. 1, got it. Yep. Okay, let's put it there. So again, now we've got further exploring the island or +1 life. I'll go with the weakest one. 1. Oh, there you go. So now I played 1 card because for free, because it tells me that I can play 1 card for free. I will win the encounter, plus I'm gonna use the ability, which is +2 life. So I'll use the ability. When you use the ability, you tap the card like that. So I use the ability, I get 2. There it goes. And I get the card as well. Go the next turn. Well, I'll go with the lower one. I think this one is the aging card then. Which so I can draw 2. So there you go, told you. And the problem with the aging card is that you need to spend 2 lives to get rid of them. So in this case, I lose no, it tells you here the ability for an aging card is usually not good for you. This one is -1 life, but I think I just reread the rule book, and you can decide to do, as long as you do it, you can decide when in your turn you want to do it. So I can do it at the end if I want to. They don't need to be resolved first, so you can decide when to resolve it in your turn. So I finished the deck. At that point, now I can draw another card. So if I want to try and draw another card, I need to get the deck, add another aging card, as I tell you on the mat here, shuffle, and then draw a card. And if you noticed, I didn't reshuffle the discard pile because the deck is finished. Was finished. It's because I had to draw a card and the deck was finished. So they tell you as well to not reshuffle the discard pile as soon as you finish the drawing deck. Do that when you are in need of a card and there are no cards available. So let's do that. I still need to take that action as well. So let's draw another card, see what happens. Ah, that's annoying. This is the 0 one, so again this is 1. I will lose 1 die, which means I cannot get rid of this card. And I cannot use the phase -1 because we are already in phase, in the lowest phase, which is green. I cannot go below that. That is extremely annoying because now I will lose a life anyway because of that, but I cannot get rid of this card, so I will need to keep it in my discard pile and it will come up again later on. So you know what, I'm gonna use a life. I'm still gonna yeah, I'm gonna use a life to draw an extra card, and in that case you'll put them on the right hand side of the encounter card or hazard card. Okay, so that's actually good. I can get, if I use this ability, I can get 2 extra cards for free. Let's use the ability, so I'll tap this one and do 1, and I think the 2 extra cards you can stop after you've drawn 1. I think, let me check. Plus you can draw up to 2 additional fighting cards for free. Okay, place them on the right side of the hazard card. Alright, so you need to remember to place them on the right side, even though this one was maybe on the left side. Fine. Okay, and destroy. Not all fighting cards in the Robinson stack are helpful for you. With this special ability you turn one of the other drawn fighting cards face down. The abilities of this card are cancelled for the current fight, but the card still counts as a fighting card and has a fighting value of 0. This card cannot be removed by another special ability. After the end of the fight, you destroy this face down card and remove it from the game. Perfect. Which means that now I can use this ability. So I'm not going to draw any more cards. Even though, do I want to get rid of... I could try, because out of this special ability I've only drawn 1 card. So before doing anything, I can draw another one and either try and win this, gives me a 2, or if not, get rid of what? Nothing. You know what, let's try it. Let's draw another card. Whoa, there you go. 2, so I can win this one. But before I do that, I'm going to use this ability and do destroy, which will destroy this card. So I don't need to lose a life either. And this one counts as a 0 now, but because I got a 2 here, I won the encounter. This gets removed from the game, and they get all discarded in my discard pile. Cool. Whoa. Last 2 cards in the encounter deck or hazard deck. Deception, ×1 below the pile, or sort 3 cards with 3. Oh, that is a good one, but one of the 2 is gone. How many cards can I draw for the wild animals? 4. You know what, let's risk it. 4. So 1, not a good start. 2, not a good start at all. Ooh. 3. And you know what, I stop here because I got 0. That is 4. I lose 4 lives anyway. 2, 3, 4. There are no special ability on those now. But I can get rid of all of them. So I can do 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go. And let's get rid of all of them. out of the way. Now we finished the encounter deck. So what we need to do, we need to move to the yellow phase, reshuffle this, and remember to look at the yellow number, not the green one. And most of the time I forget. Oh, that is this refocusing thing that is annoying. Yeah, it's really annoying. Why is it? Maybe it needs something in the middle to focus on. There you go. No, it didn't work. Okay, so let's reshuffle this and start the second phase. Right. I need to look at the yellow number now. So, what do I get? And that is the problem now, because I don't have big cards, and I need to go up to 5 to defeat this card, or 7 here. Well, let's go with the lower one. Yeah. So this card happen. I can draw up to 3 cards. So let's do 1, 2, 3. So annoying. So if I use the ability, I got +1 life and +2, so I gain 3 lives, but then I lose 4 then, because 5 minus 1 is 4. Shall I risk it? I don't remember what I've got in my deck. But let's risk it. So I lose 1 life to get an extra card. Oh, that is not too bad. And I think I'll stop because I managed to not lose any lives now. But I just did lose 1, because now 5 minus 2 is 3. Those are all +2 and +1, which is 3, and that's it. Alright. So I didn't really win anything, but at least I didn't lose too many life points. And look, I got 3 left. It's quite a brutal game, this one. Exploring the island, 1 double and sort 3 cards. I think I got more chances to do this one. I'll try and beat the 3. Let's put this one here, so maybe it stays in focus. 2 cards. 1 and 2. Nice, I got it. 3. Plus I use the special ability of this one. Gives you life. Cool. Managed to do it. Right. That's it. Let's draw other 2 encounters. Exploring the island, and again exploring the island. What do they give me? They give me 2 fighting points, or 1, and a copy or a destroy. And now I'm about to reshuffle it. I got pretty good cards, so I can risk it and go with a 5. So now I go up to 3 cards. I would need to draw cards. There are no cards here. I need to get another aging card. Quite like the aging card mechanic. It kind of simulates the passing of time, and you getting weaker or making mistakes because you're spending more time trying to go through the forest and save yourself. It's quite nice. Well, as a mechanic, it's not nice when you draw a card and -3 when you're fighting the pirates. Okay, so I go up to 3. Let's start with 1. Okay, so 0, but I got a special ability of +2 cards, which I'm not going to use yet. I need to go up to 5. 2, 3. So I need to go up to 5. I'll go 3. Right, let's use this ability. +2 cards. And the +2 cards, put them on the right hand side. 1. So I go. Wait a second. That was 0. Okay. Well, let's do this. I tap this from there. Right. So I go 4 and another one. Yes. So I go, yeah, 4, 5, 6. And any special abilities? Yeah, +1 life. So I'm gonna use this one now. I'm gonna get a life, and that's me done. And I also gained this card. Cool. Next. Let's do a little bit quicker. There's a 5 or 7 for a 3 or 2. I think all my best cards are out. I don't think I gained a 3, did I? No, I don't think so. I'll go with strategy. So the 5 again. Can draw up to 3 cards. 1. Ah, there you go. 2. And 3. So, oh, this is really bad. This is really, really bad. Because 5 minus 3 is 8. I will lose 8 lives. And I've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I would die. So if I use those 2 abilities first to gain 3 lives, I'm gonna go up to 8, but then I'm gonna die. So I'm gonna use 1 life to draw an extra card. Ooh. I can double another card. To go up to. Well, I don't need to go up to 5. I need to go up to. Well, I need to get rid of that. You know what? I'm gonna use those 2 to gain 2 lives. So 1, 2, and then I'm gonna use another life to draw another card. 2. So got 3 and minus 3, so it's 0. So I lose 5. I lose 5, which is what I've got. Nope, I cannot do that. I need to go again. I need to draw another card. 1. I lose 4. Well, let's do another one. Yes. So, well, yes and no. So this one is use phase -1, which means, oh, you're not, yeah, you can see it still in shot, yeah. You cannot see this one completely, but that's fine. Phase -1 means that we are in the yellow phase. We can check the lower phase, which is the green, which is 2, which means we've beaten it, but we are not getting rid of this card. But hey ho, what can we do? Yeah, I got 3 and I've got 4. So 4 minus 3 is 1. It is. Yes, 4 minus 3 is 1. 5 minus 1 is 4, and I die if I don't do that, so I'll use this one. And unfortunately this one still stays in my deck, but I gained another +2. Right. Let's go again. 109, and this one below the pile. Deception. There's no way I'm gonna get a 9, so let's try this with 1 card. Ooh. I lose 1 life, unless I want to do anything else. No, I lose 1 life and I don't get it. Okay. Another encounter. Copy or no? Let's go with that. Let's go with food. So I need to add another card, another aging card, and shuffle it. Alright. Up to 2. So 1 and to go up to get 3 to beat it or more. Yeah, I got 4, so I can take this as well. Nice. Next. 1 blow and 2 cards. I don't know if the 2 cards would be useful. Well, let's try 2 cards. And with 1, I can only draw 1 card. And here we go. So 1 minus 3 is 4. I will lose 4 life points and I would die. So the only thing I can do is try and try and do what? Well, let's try and get a card here, which I'm lucky, plus 2 cards. So let's get 2 cards. 1 and 2. Still, I think you can be at life 0, but then if you need to lose another one, you'll be dead. So, well, what the heck? Try. I'll do another extra card. There are no special abilities. No. Okay, so I got 4. Minus 3 is 1. I managed to get it. But I still got this card in my deck. Oh, and no life at the moment. No life points. So, next hit, I'm dead. Should I go for food? I think I need to go for food, man. So, okay. Let's go days. Got 3 to defeat with 2 cards. Actually, I could have a 1 to defeat with 2 cards, because I got phase -1, and I can draw 2 cards, so 0 and... oh! -1. That's it, that's the end of the game. I cannot do anything else, even though even if I use the phase -1 is 1, -1 is 2, I still lose life points, which I don't have. Yeah, that's it. I thought I was doing well until, where is it? That -3 very stupid card came up. Oh, so frustrating. Anyway, you've seen how the game works. What we would have done is once this encounter deck was run out, we would have moved to the next phase, which is the red phase, went through the deck again. Once you manage to go through the deck again, then you go and encounter the pirates. You need to encounter one first and then the other, and it works the same as the other encounters. So for example, say that as an example, so that we manage to get to the pirates, you can forget about the encounter cards, you don't need them. What you do, you pick one, say I start with this one, and this one tells you that you can draw 9 cards for free. So you start doing the same, you do 1 and 2, and you go up to 9 if you want to, or if you manage to defeat the pirates before drawing 9 cards, that's fine as well. But you need to remember the special conditions here on some of the pirates. And same logic as the encounters. If you draw 9 cards for free and you still haven't defeated the pirate, you can decide to spend life points to draw extra cards. But I believe the same mechanic is applied, that if you run out of cards on the no, I think if you run out of cards on the deck, that's it. You don't have any more cards. So you need to be really careful of what you keep in your deck as you go through the different phases. That's it. I think I covered everything, and I was either unlucky or not good at making the right choices with cards. I'll see you next time.